Once again, can I get the lighting to be better? Here we go. There you go. I'm in bed right now. Wait, hold on. There you go. That's better. How you doing? How you doing? We're here to talk about Captain America: Brave New World, which of course is the newest MCU joint. I already did a YouTube short. I'm not gonna make this a super long video, huh? So but I wanted to do a longer review than that short because I was limited to 3 minutes. Thank you to YouTube gods for making the YouTube shorts at least 3 minutes. That's nice because I was doing like YouTube short reviews where like I had to rush. I was like, oh, I like this, I like that, I didn't like this. It was just like Jesus, it was so restricting. Anyway, so I'm in bed. It's 1 o'clock in the morning, and I'm tired as hell. And I was like, you know what? Let me do this real quick because by tomorrow I'll probably forget most of this movie. I really don't have much to say, honestly. Like, I just was the movie bad? No, no. There's definitely worse MCU movies. Shit, we've had a bad one or a way worse one only a couple years ago with Ant-Man and the Wasp Quantum Mania, which is I still think the worst MCU movie. Um, but yeah, this is definitely not as bad as that. I was fully gung ho about Anthony Mackie being the next Captain America. I was like, at the end of the Endgame, I was like, yeah, that's cool. I like that. I like Anthony Mackie. Ever since he was in 8 Mile, I was like, that guy's cool. And then he played Tupac. That was nice. I mean, nothing like him, but whatever. Um, but he didn't play Tupac in 8 Mile before someone said they wanted him to. There's a line about him being like Tupac or whatever. You're like, you were one. Wait, no, wait. What's the quote? 8 Mile's a great movie. I haven't seen it in a while. What is it? What's the your Pac. They're all Pac. There's none Pac. Something like that. Pac Man. Tupac Man. I'm a. Anyway, so I'm getting more comfy. There we go. Is this better? Anyway, yeah. So again, I don't really have much to say about this. I think Anthony Mackie is good in this movie. And I know a lot of people have been saying he really shows that he is Captain America and he's a good guy and all that. And yeah, that is true. There is no moment in this that's like as stupid as the "you got to do better, Senator." No, there's nothing like that here. For the most part, it's all heroism. He's a good guy. He wants to do good. He sees good in people. He's a good guy. This time he's not seeing the good in terrorists, so that's good at least. So we don't like condone terrorists. That's nice. But I will say there are moments where I'm like, "What, Sam? What are you doing?" Like, there's a moment early on that where he like, all right, I guess it's not a spoiler. They show it in the trailer when what's his name, Isaiah goes full on crazy and starts shooting at Harrison Ford's the Thunderbolt Ross. And I all right, to be fair, the editing is not great in this movie. The action for the most part's okay. There's moments where I'm like, oh, especially towards the end, I thought the whole Red Hulk fight scene was pretty solid. Which, by the way, that was a huge spoiler in the what do you call them? What do you call them? Trailers. That's right. That's what they call here. Full on dark. Oh yeah, here you go. We get like a good shot of the inside of my nose. Um, but yeah, like that fight was all right. But for the most part, a lot of the action was kind of like. I mean, the choreography was fine. Like the opening fight scene was fine. Like you could tell they were trying to go for like a Winter Soldier thing, like, hey, Cap's on a mission and there's some good hand-to-hand fights and he has to go save some people, But Winter Soldier did so much better. No, I mean, no offense. But yeah, I mean, this was okay action scene, but I feel like a lot of the action scenes are edited to shit where there's times where I'm just like, what? I'm sorry, what the fuck just happened? What? I'm just, and I'm like, okay. Oh, I guess he won. There's like a fight between him and some guy that's I don't know. It's like right in the beginning. I'm sure he's supposed to be some comic character, but he's just like fighting some guy with a beard. He laughs every time he gets punched or whatever. He's like one of a part of the Serpent Society, which they might as well not even be in this fucking movie, especially Giancarlo Esposito. Like, by the way, that fight scene was embarrassing. You could tell Giancarlo Esposito. He's already 60 something years old. His ass could not keep up. Oh man, that was kind of embarrassing. But yeah, there's like a moment during a fight scene between this henchman Doug guy who like laughs every time he gets punched. If you've seen the movie, you probably know what I'm talking about. Where it just feels like the battle's just starting, and then it just kind of like Cap's getting his ass beat, and he's losing, and then it just like hard cuts to someone else doing something, and then comes back, and then he just like decides he wins pretty much. Like I don't know, it was very weird. It felt very abrupt. Um, so even if the editing's not like the worst at times, there are moments where just the action doesn't is very underwhelming. Uh, the story itself is extremely simple. It really wants to be kind of like a Winter Soldier thing. It just doesn't work in my opinion. It's very very generic. I will say I did like Harrison Ford in this movie. I thought they gave him some growth. That character, I should say. It was funny that they did put the mustache on for like one scene. I thought that was really funny. We're seeing Harrison Ford with a mustache was weird, but yeah, he was good in the movie. I think everybody was pretty good. The only one that I was like iffy on is the guy that plays what's his name, Joaquin, his buddy, the new Falcon. Not that he was bad, he wasn't, but like his character was kind of annoying me. I don't know. I didn't find him to be all that funny, and their relationship was fine. Like you could tell, they're probably like friends in real life. You could tell like the actors are probably good friends, but I don't know. I didn't really care about their relationship. There's also times where like the writing just feels very childish. Like it's trying to be serious, but it just has like I don't know. It just has like this like goofy undertone at times, like and it feels very like childlike, almost like a Saturday morning cartoon at times where people are just hanging out and they're like, yeah, we're good friends, kind of that shit. Oh, we're the bestest of friends, which doesn't really bother me in most MCU movies, but did bother me here because it really clashed with the tone of like the super serious, like a political thriller almost, and then it's just like that stuff, and then of course some of the MCU humor, the trademark humor, kind of seeps in where they have to like, of course, make everything seem like, hey, we're all just fun and games here. Everything's fun and games. You know what I mean? Hey, we're having a good time here. You know? Hey, we were just being serious, but we got to drop a joke real quick. You know, I get it. I don't really have like they, considering most Marvel movies have like a couple big moments to spoil, I really don't have any spoiler things I want to talk about. I think the action was had moments, but for most part, not great. I thought the story itself was very very generic, and I don't know, like the villain itself, like it was cool. We got to see what's his name from the Incredible Hulk, but like they've waited 17 years. I didn't give a fuck anymore. And then when they showed him, I was like the only person in the theater that went like, he looked fucking ridiculous. And this is the thing, like I was actually thinking about in the Suicide Squad where you had the guy, the Thinker, which had a very similar look. And that worked because of the tone of the movie. This really, like, everything is pretty serious for the most part, except for a couple of jokey jokes. And of course, some of that weird childlike humor. I mean, not humor, but childlike writing. Um, and then his ass shows up, and I'm like, oh, that's right. I'm watching a stupid ass Marvel movie, of course. It's like, I thought I was watching a stupid ass, like, Tom Clancy fake ass, like, Jack Ryan movie, except it's Anthony Mackie. I was about to say Anthony Hopkins. That would actually be way more. That would be way more interesting to see old ass Anthony Hopkins do any of this shit. But yeah, I didn't like the villain. I didn't like any of the villains actually. The only villain I liked, if you even call him a villain, he's more like a I I don't know. He's a I want to say he's more like an obstacle towards the end of the movie because, of course, everybody knows Red Hulk's in it and Thunderbolt Ross. I guess you could say he's a villain because he stops Anthony Mackie's Cap, Sam Wilson, from doing things, but for the most part, he is like he's trying to do better. That's the character. The most the character has as an arc is that he keeps saying, I'm trying to change. I'm trying to change, guys. I'm trying to change. I'm trying to be a good guy now, you know? Which every time he said that, I'm just like, well, you changed already, bro. You ain't fucking William Hurt. I mean, every time I looked at him, I was just like, oh, that's right. He's supposed to be William Hurt. Rest in peace. Yo, rest in peace, King. But but yeah, I mean, I just I just didn't. I don't think any of the character development really worked here. Anthony Mackie has pretty much the exact same character arc he had in Captain Falcon. What the fuck was it called? Falcon and Winter Soldier. Except way less ridiculous here than it was in that. I think at least. Yeah, and also like this is another example of like you don't need to watch these fucking shows or anything because like everything you need to know from Falcon and Winter Soldier, they kind of just explain to you here, like real quick. Like, if you don't know who Isaiah Bradley is, don't worry, he'll tell you. Right? You might as well look at the fucking camera and say, like, yeah, I was imprisoned and I was forced to do this. I was a super soldier, and then they even have a character at one point go like, don't worry, Cap won't get hurt because he has adamantium stuff. Remember? Because that happened. He got an adamantium suit from Wakanda in the Falcon and Winter Soldier. Like pretty much everything you need to know from Falcon and Winter Soldier, they explain to you in this. So again, another reason why these shows don't fucking matter in the long run. Like most of these movies don't fucking matter in the long run. Most of these characters that get introduced and shit won't come back. And if they do, it'll be fucking cameos. It doesn't fucking matter. It'll be clap-worthy moves like, oh, it's Cersei from Eternals. Let's go. Like no one will say that. I don't know. I don't have much else to say. The Red Hulk fight was pretty good. I thought the special effects on him were good. There was some really bad special effects in this. Some really bad green screen also. But that's par for the course for these fucking movies at this point. I mean, it's just I'm gonna be a broken record. Fucking talk about how bad some of the special effects can be in these movies. Yeah, overall, just didn't care for it. I think Anthony Mackie was good. I think most of the acting was good. There's some good, decent character things here and there, but for the most part, like overall, I don't think any of the character arcs really worked for me. They try, it just doesn't really work. I do appreciate that the runtime was less than 2 hours. That was nice. Oh, also has like the most fucking useless post credit scene I think I've ever seen from a Marvel movie. Like I know some people will be like, oh, but like the Captain America, what was that from Spider-Man Homecoming when at the end where he's just like, sometimes anticipation or whatever the fuck he says. You know what I'm talking about. Even that one had more purpose because at least it was kind of funny. Dude, they really do the thing that I'm so sick of where a character goes, get ready for the next threat. Because the next threat's gonna be scary. That's pretty much what they do. You're gonna be real scared of the next threat. The next threat's gonna fucking kill you. It's so fucking lame. I hate that. Like, it has to come from a lame ass fucking villain too. Anyway, movie's not great. It doesn't suck though. I didn't mind it. I mean, I still think it wasn't very good, but like it's okay. I guess that's the best I could say. That's like me being as nice as possible. Me saying it's okay. I'm sure after like a week of me thinking about this movie more, I don't know. I'm not gonna probably hate it, but I'll think less of it. Most likely, I'll be like, yeah, that was below average. Right now, I think it's average. In a week, I have a feeling I'll be thinking less of it. But hopefully Thunderbolts and Fantastic Four are better. I mean, Deadpool and Wolverine was fun. I don't think it was amazing like everybody else thought, but I thought it was fun. I enjoyed it. And of course, Guardians of the Galaxy 3 was very good. So they have some hits. I thought Loki season 2 was fine. I liked it. What else? Guardians of the Galaxy Holiday Special was good. I'm trying to think of what else. I'm sure there's something I'm missing. But yeah, I didn't even see the Marvels, by the way. I never watched it. It's because I'm sexist.